In recent years, the transition towards a cashless society has been gaining considerable momentum, steered by advancements in technology, consumer convenience, and a push from financial institutions. While there are undeniable benefits to digital transactions, such as enhanced efficiency and traceability, the burgeoning trend also harbors significant risks and disadvantages that warrant careful consideration. Privacy concerns. One of the most pressing issues in a cashless society is the erosion of privacy. Cash transactions are anonymous, leaving no digital footprint, thus protecting consumer privacy. In a cashless society, every transaction is potentially traceable. Financial institutions, governments, and third parties could have access to personal spending data, raising concerns about surveillance and the misuse of personal information. Sweden, often cited as the leading nation towards becoming a cashless society, has had debates over privacy issues as cash transactions dwindle. With apps like Swish being used for everything, from buying groceries to giving money to the homeless, the capacity for institutions to track spending habits is massive. In China, the social credit system, which uses financial and social data for a composite score that can affect citizens' access to services, provides a stark example of how financial surveillance could be taken to an extreme. Exclusion and inequality. India's demonetization in 2016, which saw the government suddenly invalidate the majority of cash in circulation, provides a cautionary tale about financial exclusion. This move was intended to curb corruption, but ended up causing significant hardship for those without immediate access to banking services, proving how a sudden push towards a cashless society can marginalize large swathes of the population. A shift to cashless transactions inevitably marginalizes those without access to digital banking services. This includes the unbanked and underbanked populations, often in rural or impoverished urban areas, who may not have the necessary resources or identification to open bank accounts or afford smartphones and data plans. This digital divide exacerbates existing social inequalities and could lead to further economic stratification. Cybersecurity risks. The digital nature of a cashless economy makes it a fertile ground for cybercrime. Data breaches, identity theft, and digital fraud are all risks that increase as we lean more on digital transactions. While technology continues to evolve in safeguarding against such threats, the arms race between cybersecurity measures and cybercriminals persists. The 2017 Equifax data breach affected 147 million consumers, highlighting the risks of financial digitalization. The breach included sensitive data, which could be used for identity theft. On a larger scale, the 2016 cyber heist of the Bangladesh bank, where hackers attempted to steal nearly $1 billion and succeeded in transferring $101 million, shows the vulnerability of financial institutions in the digital age. Systemic vulnerability. A cashless society depends heavily on the robustness of its technological infrastructure. Outages can be catastrophic, leaving consumers unable to make basic transactions. Moreover, reliance on digital systems creates a single point of failure. This could be exploited through cyber attacks or could collapse due to natural disasters, leaving an economy paralyzed. In 2020, a major outage of the Visa network in Europe left millions of people unable to process payments, showing how reliant society has become on digital transactions. Similarly, natural disasters like Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico in 2017 left the island largely cashless for an extended period, creating significant difficulties for residents trying to purchase necessities. Government control and surveillance. The cashless model gives governments unprecedented access to financial transactions, which can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it can improve tax collection and combat illegal activities. On the other, it could lead to overreach in government surveillance and control over citizens' financial lives, including the potential to freeze assets and track spending behaviors. In Venezuela, the government rolled out a state cryptocurrency, the Petro, in an attempt to circumvent international sanctions and gain more centralized control over the economy. This digital currency could potentially allow for more detailed tracking and control of citizen spending. Moreover, during the COVID-19 pandemic, several governments utilized digital payments for stimulus distribution, which raise concerns about increased governmental visibility into personal financial transactions. Consumer behavior and overspending. Cashless payments can also alter consumer behavior, potentially leading to increased spending. Research has shown that consumers are willing to spend more when using credit cards over cash, a phenomenon known as the credit card premium. For instance, studies have indicated that people are willing to pay up to 100% more when using credit cards. Anecdotal evidence from the increase in online shopping during the COVID-19 lockdowns also suggests that the ease of digital payments can lead to impulse purchasing and financial overextension. The physical act of handing over cash can serve as a psychological barrier to overspending. Digital transactions, being less tangible, can make individuals less aware of their spending, possibly leading to higher debt levels. Incorporating these real-world examples provides a more concrete understanding of the potential risks associated with a cashless society. The transition requires careful management to mitigate these risks and ensure that the move away from cash benefits all members of society. As we edge closer to a cashless reality, it is crucial to address these risks proactively. Solutions could include developing more secure transaction technologies, creating inclusive financial systems that reach the unbanked, enforcing stringent data privacy laws, and ensuring there are backup systems in place to deal with technological failures. Ultimately, the shift towards a cashless society should not be embraced without a thorough understanding of its potential pitfalls. The convenience and efficiency it promises must be weighed against the importance of privacy, security, and financial inclusion. As the cashless society looms on the horizon, it is imperative to navigate its dangers with foresight and critical planning, ensuring that the digital financial future is safe and accessible for all.